What's going on, everybody? This is Super Robot Ed. The time is 11:49. The temperature is 24 degrees. Let me tell you what's going on. That's 24 degrees Fahrenheit, by the way. Let me tell you what's going on. This is basically a nothing burger, by the way. This is not Chris Cox being a dummy. This is just business. And it's all it is. This isn't going to be the linchpin that kills Hasbro. Let's discuss the letter and then we'll talk right inside. Hasbro Pulse was introduced in Asia with the goal of delighting our fans and offering convenient access to some of our best products. Let's stop right there. We'll talk about that too, including our unique and exclusive HasLab crowd-funded products. After careful consideration, we have made the difficult decision to pause our Pulse operations in Asia at this time. We appreciate your business and value your passion for our brands. From 10th January 2025 at 9 a.m. GMT +8, Hasbro Pulse Asia will continue to take orders on pre-order items until 12th January 2025 at 11:59 p.m. GMT +8. So that's 8 hours from, I guess, that GMT time. And orders on in-stock items until 7/20. I hate when they date like this. 7 February 2025 at 11:59 p.m. GMT +8. Therefore, customers will not be able to place any more orders. Additional details about pre-orders and Hasbro products can be found on the the Hasbro Pulse Hong Kong website. I'll post a link in the description. So first of all, if you're living over here in the other side of the world, in the UK and the US and Canada, this ain't really nothing, okay? And the reason why I say that this is nothing is because a lot of the people over in Asia have multiple places where they can buy toys from. The reason being, they still have Toys R Us down there in certain countries, like I think maybe Hong Kong, Malaysia, and all those places. But they also have other toy store companies. They also have small boutiques that sell the same toys at cheaper prices. And it made no sense for someone to buy from Pulse when you're in the territory or continent where you don't have to ship the toys over the sea. Why? Because the factories are in Asia mostly. So they can get the toys faster than we can. I've said this time and time again. Legitimately, they can because they're closer. Why would you make them go all the way around the world to get their toys at the same time we do when the factory is a heck of a lot closer on the same continent that that the other countries are in? It doesn't make sense to talk when you don't know what you're talking about. This is just logistics, basically. This is not a Chris Cox made a terrible error. Chris Cox is a puppet CEO. I've said this time and time again because you don't listen. And you listen to the YouTubers that listen to my channel and try to regurgitate the same information I've been telling you for months. This is the A-level Hasbro investors that once the previous CEO passed away, they decided they're going to take the slow road. And with the pandemic, how bad that was, they weren't making sales. Y'all keep getting upset. The price is too high. This, yada, yada, yada. Well, if ain't nobody buying toys or this and that, yada, yada, yada. And we see how not just Transformers, we're seeing where there's so much of the Hasbro product, like, Power Rangers, G.I. Joe, Star Wars, showing up in Ollie's. Remember, the lower level investors have a lawsuit against Hasbro for that. So this is all logistics here. The idea and the goal, I truly believe, for Hasbro is to get out of manufacturing. I keep telling y'all that. And if you look at the wave breakdown, the wave breakdown, we have less toys coming out. And also, what did they say? They're not going to do reissues and reprints. This is the last year they said they are going to do like reprints. For example, you didn't get SS86 Grimlock. You didn't get them, which I don't blame people because that was still, pandemic era, so to speak. Then, hey, guess what? This is your opportunity to get him because now he's in a package refresh. Jazz is like in a package refresh. We're getting Cosmos, which that's not really it's a package refresh because it's coming out of the whatever that Velocitron or whatever that thing was, and it's coming into, regular Legacy like they did with the Galaxy Shuttle, which I do have. I don't know if I'm going to review it. I don't know if I'm ever going to do reviews. Yeah, that's another story for another day. But the one thing I can tell you is this is the writing on the wall. Now, it's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to shutter. I strongly believe as far as for Transformers, we're going to go to a 40th anniversary of the movie. I do believe that we're going to probably see more of Transformers, but we're going to see less of it. Meaning, I think in 2026, it might be scaling down slowly. You might hear, well, okay, instead of having 4 waves, we're going to have 3. You know what I'm saying? We're not going to reprint any toys. And they've been saying that. They kept telling y'all that, but you won't listen. You keep blaming the scalpers. It's not going to matter anymore. This is not going to happen right away. This is not going to be something, because I've worked for corporations, a lot of corporations. And I know when it's a slow decline, they're moving offices, downsizing, they're getting rid of a lot of the mid-level management, what a lot of companies will call fluff. Trust me, I know that too. It's either top or bottom, not a middle. So, you basically are looking at the decline of Hasbro. You could try to tell me it's not. Hasbro's not going strong. The reactive game. I mean, I think it was going to get canceled, man. I was like, it just is never going to get off the ground. You had toys to come up before the game, and then the game didn't even have a release date. And all these YouTubers were lying about that too. They knew it wasn't coming out. And that's why I never reported on that game again. I was like, man, I ain't even bothered with that game, man. You got a video from 2020 or something that they were putting up in place of we're now in 2020. Oh my God, this is ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? I mean, who cares? Oh, and by the way, you want to know about gaming? No, there's 2 sets of games. You have your mobile gaming and you have, your A-list gaming or your, console gaming. Console gaming costs more than mobile gaming because mobile gaming, the amount of data is smaller because it has to be on a mobile platform. To maintain it is a lot less, and it's a lot less cost. The smaller the data, you can do DLC all day long versus a full package video game that you have to put it on a console. There's a lot of other stuff involved in that. And, to get the turnaround of money on that, you got to pay up front for a whole lot of other stuff. So that's that type of gaming they're not going to do anymore. So I honestly do not expect to see a console Transformer game ever again. It's going to be a mobile game. And trust me on that. Because Monopoly, whatever that game is they got out there now, that Monopoly game must be kicking butt because Hasbro's smiling. They got that commercial with Jason Momoa and Kiki Palmer and the other guy, Chris or whatever. That game that's Hasbro. So yeah, that's what they want to do. They can make a My Little Pony game. They can make a Transformer game. That's what they want to do. They don't want to build a manufacturer anymore because Hasbro can outsource that to other companies. So be on the lookout. It's not going to happen this year. It's not going to happen next year. And sales are not going to improve because they're not. We're not buying toys anyway. So yeah, this is just nothing, but it's something. But yeah, learn to know who the culprit is. A-level Hasbro investors. You've been told the truth. All right. This is Super Robot Ed, bringing more news reviews. And then we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.